In this podcast, we're going to discuss about Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard verdict, which came out today, and we're excited to share our opinion on that. Of important topics, which are like both sad as well as much talked about, hyped in the recent times. We have, I have with me our wonderful host, the Mad Bros, aka
Hello,
Shashank,
guys.
and he will
Hello.
be our host for today's podcast. And yeah, then where should we start, Shashank bhai? Like crazy month, crazy week.
Crazy week, crazy month. And the week started off really bad with the news we got of the demise of our favorite person, as a
Yeah,
singer, KK. But before that, we also got this news just now, like today itself,
yeah,
that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, the case, the verdict that we were waiting for is now out.
yeah.
So, yeah. So
And
the
I
results,
think
yeah, go on.
I think as a live streamer, as a content creator, I think it makes me jealous every time I see the live count on YouTube or other channels when the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard defamation case takes place. Thousands and millions of people are watching it live, and it's funny. It shows how much as humanity we're always driven towards drama and masala rather than towards something like positive growth, and which is a good thing. So today we're actually going to talk about drama, and that is the
Yeah.
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard verdict. So like
Yeah.
what are your key takeaways from this trial, because the trial has been going on for I think more than a month, I think, like.
Yeah. So it's one of those televised court hearings, basically. And even this is not the first time that this has happened. It has happened before as well. I know there have been many famous cases, but in this particular case, if you talk about the verdict, then both of them, Johnny and Amber Heard, they got something out of it in the sense of, if we're talking about money compensation, right? So because 15 million was awarded as to Johnny Depp, and 2 million was offered to Amber Heard, which both of them actually took. So, money wise, I think I don't think Johnny has any money issues.
Yeah,
Neither does Amber Heard, right?
yeah, both
So,
of them definitely doesn't have any money
yeah,
issues. Especially, we all know Johnny Depp from childhood, like
yeah,
Pirates of the Caribbean. Like that is, I think, one of the most significant movies that comes in my mind. And
right.
Amber Heard, I don't know. Like personally, I'm not that much of a big fan of her. I only saw her in Aquaman, I think. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
only movie I can remember in recent times. So before we get into the details of this case, I just want to say that, like we as common people, we think that we only have these, issues at home or at office or whatever, like college. But, like people who are at the top, like the ones like Johnny Depp and Amber, they're also at the end of the day common human beings like us, and they also have their issues of their own, like be it personal and professional. And I think that's why people are actually excited to know what happened in this verdict, because they find some sort of relatability with their lives, because many people have marital issues, uh,
mm.
in any country or any province, you say. So yeah, the
Yeah.
first.
So, basically, what that means is that either you are at the very height of the social ladder, the echelon, right? Or you are at the very bottom or somewhere in between. It doesn't matter where you are, basically. So these problems are very people's problem, common people's problem. This is a common problem, and this is not unseen in in poor families, middle class families, or high class families. Doesn't matter where you are, where you belong to. Anyone can have this type of issues. But if you talk about the key takeaway from this particular case, I would definitely go with this feeling of mine. This is my personal opinion, by the way. That see, when a woman gets abused, because if you have followed the case, there was a particular line which Amber Heard yelled at Johnny, saying that, Johnny, go and tell the world that you, Johnny Depp, got abused by a woman, right? So that's because that's how the world thinks and the world operates. You cannot easily believe that a man can also get problems,
Abused.
troubles from abuse from his wife or girlfriend, which is normally not the case as well, right? So we have this social order where we think that if a woman gets abused, that is a think that is acceptable or that is understandable. But when a man gets bitten by a girl or a wife, so that is not supposed to happen. That is not how it works. But from this case, we have it's clearly evident now, because 15 million was awarded to Johnny. Definitely, he got the huge amount because the court believes him, the public believes him, right? So this proves that husbands are also getting abused. Now this is a problem which is not, doesn't matter on the gender, doesn't matter on the age or anything like that. It can happen to anyone basically. So but on the flip side of it, the priority that we give to women, right? When someone comes out and says that I am getting abused, right? So that the belief factor that you give, the advantage that you give to a woman, now that might get affected a little bit now, because now we have a case where a woman, a powerful woman, came out and told to the whole world that I am getting abused. But at the end of the day, now we know that that's not the case. The case is actually a little bit the other way, right, around, right? So now when a woman comes out and says that I'm getting abused, now people might have second thoughts, which is not good for women, right? So I think Amber Heard has done a disservice to all women in the world by doing this, pulling this stunt. Yeah,
Misusing her
this is
gender equality, misusing her position of power, misusing her privilege, misusing her power of speech. So yeah, so like everything has its cons. Like as a like as a gamer also, like I think we both are driven towards equality in gaming, and we see so many gamers, female gamers coming out in our industry, and it's such a good thing to see. However, I think in the film industry, in the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard case, I think Amber Heard was definitely on the wrong side in this case, as proven by the verdict. This is not me
yeah.
saying.
This is not our verdict. That is the court's verdict.
The
Yeah.
verdict is already out. So I think this will somehow be a setback for the
Mm.
women who are actually
Getting
undergoing
abused.
abused. However, it also has some positives, because there are also women who actually misuse their power and
Mm.
try to and this actually happens with the influential people. It doesn't happen to like like it doesn't,
Common.
majority of the time it doesn't happen to like people like me, or like like a young guys, because like there's no like women like this always target men with influence and power, because that's where outcome has to be made. Like if I
Mm.
talk specifically about Amber Heard as a personality. Like if Johnny Depp was like a common man, this would not have gone to such a scale, or maybe like like things like this would not have come out in the first place only. So it has both positive and negative. That is what I'm trying to say. Positive being that women like Amber Heard will now think twice before giving such a defamation and false accusation. And on the negative side, girls or women in general who are actually having a hard time will get double questioned when they come out with their stories on social media or in the public. So everything has a downside as well as a upside. So that's how I am looking at this verdict. But definitely I see a lot more upside due to this, because if we are talking about equality, it means equality for both men and women. So yeah.
True that. And like you said, there are many takeaways from this case, and in the future also, whenever such a case will happen again,
Hmm.
this case will be taken as an example,
Yeah,
right? So
exactly,
there will be a
exactly.
reference. So I think it's all right. What has happened? I think Johnny is a very good actor. I don't know much about Amber Heard, but her acting in Aquaman was also on point. Yeah.
I mean, she acted
So
pretty well in the court, like wearing makeup and
uh,
all. So she is a good actor, I think.
and she's pretty as well. So I think
Yeah,
both are going to go their separate ways and live their life to the fullest. So hoping the best for both of them.
yeah.
And yeah, I think we had a good talk about the verdict that came out today.
So
Considering all our opinions were shared,
exactly,
right?
exactly. So the three most key takeaways from the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case was that first, Johnny Depp got a compensation of $10 million as
15,
compensation.
15.
So Johnny Depp got a total, came out with $15 million, and Amber Heard was given $2 million. So that is the key takeaway from this case. And the second key takeaway is that even the richest of the people have their problems. And that is the most common takeaway. And yeah, and I'm glad that the case came to an end, because man, all the viewerships were going in this case.